Number 3 gave us the hypotenuse of the 45, 45, 90. So we need to figure out the two sides, which they are both the same. But remember, the hypotenuse of these was the side, which we'll call x. It was the side times the square root of 2 gave us the hypotenuse. So if we need to go backwards, we would just divide it by the square root of 2. Now here's the trickery. You can't just do 10 divided by the square root of 2, because remember, we can't have radicals in the denominator. But what you can always do is multiply it by itself. So if we did times the square root of 2 to the numerator and denominator, we'd have 10 root 2 up top. The square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is just 2, right? The square root of 4 is 2. And then we can simplify that once I get out of the way. All right, marking it up, I guess. And 10 root 2 divided by 2 would just be 5 root 2. So that would be both of our side lengths here, because they're both the same. 5 root 2, 5 root 2. Cool? So if you have to divide it, remember you have to rationalize that denominator as well. All right, number 4. This one is the toughest. So they gave us the middle length, which remember was the small length, which let's call it x for now. The way you got that middle one was by multiplying by the square root of 3. So x times the square root of 3 is equal to 3. But we need to go backwards. So we need to divide it by root 3. So we're doing 3 divided by root 3. We know how to get rid of the radical on the bottom. Times root 3 times root 3. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3. Up top we have 3 root 3. And 3 root 3 divided by 3 would just be 1 root 3, which we write as root 3. So that side with the x up here is now going to be 1 root 3. And then remember, the hypotenuse is just 2 times as long as that short side. So 2 times the square root of 3 is not root 6. Be careful with that. This is 1 root 3. 1 root 3 times 2 would just be 2 root 3. And again, you can check this with the Pythagorean theorem. Your two legs, 3 and the square root of 3 squared, should equal that third side squared. 3 squared is 9. The square root of 3 squared is 3. 9 plus 3 is 12. So on the right side, 2 root 3 times 2 root 3 would be 4 root 9. Square root of 9 is 3 times 4 gets you 12. So it does work out. Look at us. Let's get at it. Yes!